Well, yeah, we might as well start with Joe Budden because it's a revisit from last week, sort of.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a follow up, so that's what if that's technically our fifth segment, I guess. If there's a revisit or more details, we'll talk about it.
You can share with me if you want.
Oh.
That's all. Yeah, just so you know. That's why we have.
Okay, all right. So Joe Budden. Here, let me just turn. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna start in entertainment news. Joe Budden. Last week he went under fire for firing Rory and Mal, talking all this wild shit. How they don't deserve nothing and they're black niggers. And
wait
all this other shit.
Wait a minute.
And now this week.
Oh well, real quick. Fuck, because we didn't talk about their response at all.
I didn't see that. However,
you didn't see the response?
No, because I didn't have enough time. But also,
you had enough time to repost the meme.
All right, here, real quick. Then we should probably not go through the whole response, but let me check them out.
I saw that they were on a show though.
Yeah, Joe Budden pretty much fired Rory live on camera. He said, Rory,
you think you got options?
You have options. Get the fuck out of here. Mal, stay in your place. And I'm pretty sure they both said, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
A few days later, they released a man, we didn't. Wow, a lot happened this week.
Yeah, honestly, I completely forgot they responded.
Mal and Rory, they made a response video saying, "No, you're lying. We had a percentage partner agreement, which means you get this percentage of the earnings after all the expenses are cleared and after the staff is cleared, and I get this percentage and you get this percentage, right?" And they said, "Well, we need to see the accounting to know what percentage we're supposed to get."
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was other things that are important, like how they gave like part of their Patreon deal to like the staff, like Parks, who does the sound engineering, and the video editor, the cameraman, and all that. There's important stuff in there, but the main thing was we asked to see the accounting. You always got upset. And now this is where we are today. Yeah. So pretty much with that video being out there, because they came off like very genuine, you know, they wasn't trying to talk crazy about him at all. They was honestly very respectful. They just called out what they thought were lies and what they thought was going on, pretty much.
Yeah.
So after that video, that was just the image of Joe was like, oh, this nigga is a liar and a fucking snake. Almost everyone that I seen was like, yeah, get him the fuck out of here. So a few more days passed. He has his little response to that because I think he's on like Instagram Live maybe. So he has his response to that. No one really cares. But then, like, I want to say maybe 3 days later, Olivia Dope comes out and says the real reason she left the See the Thing Is, I think that's the name of the podcast. See the Thing Is, it's like on his
under his network.
Yeah, under his network.
Yeah.
She left that because he was kind of being creepy.
He was super aggressive.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, pretty much he was making jokes, which me personally, I think they were jokes, but he was making jokes about, hey, I want to fuck you. He said it about 3 times. He hugged her and humped her at one point. So, I mean, that's what happened. I mean, he moved his hips and kind of humped her. Yeah. Now, again, probably jokes. I do agree. I do think, not agree, but I do think, like, he was just joking.
Don't you think, like, after, like, the third, or not even the third, but, like, it's sort of, like, halfway through.
Yeah, like, get a fucking hint.
Yeah.
Well, here, real quick, let me just explain to them, like, she has a video up that she's
like 26 minutes.
Yeah, she's telling us, I left because of Joe. And now, follow along with me on the podcast episode. So she has you go to the episode where, he was on there and she was on there. And she says, at such and such time, this happened. He said this at this time. This happened. And pretty much what most of it was him saying, God, I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And she's the sexiest host out of the other 3 or the other 2 that are there.
She is pretty, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I can't blame you. No, I can't.
All right. But yeah, he was just being super, super aggressive with her.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, because again, I didn't know this beforehand, but like, did it come off more creepy, like, after you heard the news and then watching it, or like?
Nah, because you know what? I heard that because it was edited out. Like she did. She shows you where the edits are because remember what I said. I seen it one. I seen the actual episode first, and I was like, "Yo, that's a weird edit. What the hell is that about?"
Yeah,
Jesus, we had McDonald's, and then she explained why the edit was there. Now, before even like this video, I heard that there was like he said shit like that, like, hey, I want to fuck you, and stuff like that. I heard that maybe through a Reddit or a YouTube comment, because it seems like
their whole community kept saying stuff like that.
Yeah. It seems like in the podcast game in New York, they talk a lot. I don't know, but it seems like that's what the case is. So like stuff like that can easily just be put out in public. So I've been heard that, but I didn't know if it was true, and now we found out it's true.
Yeah.
So. I mean, so what you about to say though?
No, I just said, I see, like, again, hearing her story saying, oh, hey, at this part of the video, he says this, at this part of the video, he says that. You see how she feels, and you see how she's like kind of awkward about it, like nervously really laughing.
I mean, that's when you read the room. I mean, I know on his podcast he always said like a line like, "Hey, read the room." You know, just no one wants to.
Read the room. I'm Joe Budden.
Yeah. So anyway. I mean, so what do you feel about this, Will?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, obviously, and like all this stuff's coming out.
No.
What? What do you mean?
No, not from him.
Why?
No, it's fucked up. Him. Come on, no. Look, I get it. You might feel a way about it, but you don't think it's fucked up.
Okay, yeah.
You personally.
What my issue with it is how
the Willie stutter.
He's about to sock.
No, you were talking about like read the room and stuff like that. Were her friends like kind of co-signing the shit that was going on, or her other pod?
Oh, were they hyping it up?
Yeah, and honestly,
like wasn't a whole hug thing that they were talking about? Like, yeah, go ahead, hug him. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
They weren't like, oh, she looks uncomfortable and all the things that are happening.
The thing, well,
they checked them once with the bitch word, but
well, just a word.
I mean,
no, fucking around. But one thing is, Mandy like she's on the that podcast.
Yeah.
After they recorded, Olivia was asked, hey, do you want to remove any of this, right? And she said, well, no, because everyone's laughing. But then Mandy stepped in and said, look, you look really uncomfortable. Yeah, we're all laughing, but you look uncomfortable. This looks bad. How about we edit it? And then that's why we got the edit we got today. Yeah. So what I mean is like, yeah, I know what you mean. There was like a whole bunch of co-signing going on there.
Yeah.
You know,
it was just a thrill of the moment type thing.
Yeah, but I guess, I don't know, maybe people were actually very uncomfortable, because she said at first that people were uncomfortable when he first said the whole, oh, let me fuck you, or I want to fuck you, whatever he said.
But then it was like, oh, that's Joe Budden.
That's just Joe.
Yeah, and Joe's the boss, so you can't really
He's the boss.
Well, they equated it to him just being, that's how he jokes. And I don't, and again,
we don't know that nigga, but yeah.
But then, does that mean there's other instances like that that's going to come out in the public?
Maybe not. I mean, he has history of beating his girlfriend, but it seems like everyone cleared. Not everyone, but most people cleared it. No, cleared it. Like he didn't really do that.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I know. You always do this shit.
What?
It makes me forget what the fuck I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I just know that like he's friends with Mandy and Bridget. Like so, they're probably okay with it. Like that's probably just how he plays, but. She said they didn't know each other like that. They met a few times, but that was it. And so off of that, he should have been like, "Oh, okay, I'm not funny."
Is Joe Budden canceled, man?
No. Well,
if things keep going the way they are, he's on his way.
He's a great talker, man. He can talk. He can talk circles around niggas.
I was gonna say, if he gets canceled, do they get out of their contracts?
He can't really get canceled because that's his network.
Is he? You know what I mean? Is he T.I. without the vocabulary?
No,
because he keep almost getting canceled, but his vocabulary is just so fucking amazing. You can't say shit to him.
There's pieces to the art, right? You got the vocabulary, right? Where you're like politicians, like they use big vocabulary and
expeditiously,
and their lack of charisma, a little bit of charisma. They use that, and it's like I don't know what the fuck he said, but he's smiling. Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
so. There's that part of it, and there's also a part of it where it's just so theatrical, and it actually moves people, and it just makes you do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
And there's also like logic to it. There's a whole bunch of shit to the art of being a silver tongue.
A silver tongue.
Yeah. Right. So, and I think he's one of them. He's the type that's just so theatric, and he's like this and this and this. When you don't put fish in the pond, who's gonna eat?
Yeah.
Shit like that. And it's like, all right, man, I get it. Yeah, that makes. Yeah.
You talking about?
You see Will's face? Like, what the fuck?
Talking about teaching people how to fish. Well, who brings the fish? Where are you finding them? I found the fish.
He's definitely one of them, like them old heads who think they know everything.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because that's the thing too about speakers. They can know nothing at all.
Yeah.
But if they give it to you in a way like they're confident and for sure, and then like
You'll believe him.
Yeah, you'll believe him. And I think he's one of them. I mean, he had some things like he addressed Roy and Molly their response.
Yeah.
He addressed that on the podcast. And again, I listened to it. I didn't watch the episode, but I listened to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, is he right? But then, I snapped out of it and said, no, this fucking dude. No.
He also apologized to Olivia and shit too. He was like,
which is fair. Yeah, we do need to mention that.
Yeah, he was like, I'm sorry to her and all the female co-hosts and the whole staff and everyone else.
That's when it gets corny. We need to protect black women and da 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 da. And I agree with that. It's just the fact that like you could have been said that.
Yeah, well, not even said it. He could have just been about it.
Yeah.
Like you don't even need to say let's protect black women. Just do it.
What were you saying, Will?
I was gonna say I'm not gonna say it's too little, too late, but like.
If he does one more thing, then
they're just giving him the opportunity. He's changing the whole subject. Now it's not about him doing this dumb shit. It's about we need to protect black women and what I don't know. Who got a good voice?
You.
No, I don't.
Your Joe was crazy this morning, but anyway.
This morning. All right.
But yeah, he's just I don't know, man. He's I don't know. He got one more thing and then he's canceled, man.
Yeah.
Not canceled, but it's a wrap.
Yeah, prayers to Olivia Dope. You're great. She's a DJ. I don't know. I never heard her.
Yeah,
she's a DJ. No, but all jokes aside, if this really did affect you in some type of way, in a very negative way, prayers to you, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Joe go down to the depths of hell. I want him to get better. But if he is an actual narcissist and whatever, or sociopath,
kind of is,
then I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah, so
yeah.
Speaking of